Hello guys, my name is Captain Puffy and welcome to none other than finally the video for the 0.7 update. The last patch or update that Hypixel released before this was July 9th, and today is August 1st. It has been a bit over 3 weeks since the last update. It's been very anticipated, overly requested. The Hypixel staff have been absolutely pressured to push it out, and today of all days, it finally dropped. And there's a lot of content to cover in today's video, so buckle up and get ready. I will make individual videos about specific things if I feel like they need to be gone over, but this is kind of an overall update video. I do this every time there's an update, so just get ready because there's a lot of stuff to cover here. So to start off with, we have the end. So if you make your ways over to the spider den, as you can see, you have the end portal over here, and you can see the glorious end island. It looks absolutely amazing and awesome. You do need to be combat level 12 though to get in, and once you delve in, there is a shop, there is a pearl dealer you could speak to, and there is none other than the dragon's nest down below, where all of the bad spooky stuff spawns, and you could summon the boss. As I said earlier, as of right now, we have no clue what the boss drops, how to summon it. The things down here are kind of insane though to fight. The regular endermans themselves have 9,000 health. We have watchers who have 9,500. We have zealots who have 13,000. So I can only imagine how difficult the Ender Dragon itself is going to be. So with that being said, guys, we are going to move on to the next thing here, and to do that, we're gonna have to go over into the hub, and that is going to be cosmetic items. As you can see here, we have summer rewards from the Summer Man, and you could have cosmetic items that you could add onto your minions or place in your private island, a whole bunch of crazy stuff. And unfortunately, this does go off of ranks. If you do have, you know, anywhere from VIP to MVP++, then you can get all of this stuff. As you can see, I claimed my bundle. I'm gonna go ahead and claim all of them. Alright, so with that being said, we have the Beachball minion skin, so we could put all of these skins on our minions itself to change their appearance, which I think is pretty neat. I mean, it's nothing too game-changing or serious, but I guess Hypixel want to add some cosmetic stuff. And speaking of some more cosmetic things, we now have 2 skills, which is Carpentry and Runecrafting. So if you go over to your skills, you'll see that you have a crafting table now, Carpentry, and we have Runecrafting. Now, to go ahead and unlock Carpentry, you're going to want to have to run over here, and you're going to have to go talk to this legend. Hi, Captain Puffy. Welcome to the furniture shop. Sales are too good right now. I can't keep up with the demand. Could you bring a stack of wool to help replenish my stock? So he will give you objectives and help you level throughout the carpentry, which will give you XP all the way up to level 3. Because since this is for cosmetic, they don't want to use it as a way to abuse getting experience. So we go into our skills. We now still don't have it unlocked apparently, so I guess he wants us to bring a stack of wool, which we'll do on a later note. But in terms of Runecrafting, it's also cosmetic, which will let you alter, I believe, your weapons and your armor, and it's getting you get runes from slaying bosses and runic mobs, and you can fuse your runes to earn Runecrafting XP. So in terms of Carpentry and Runecrafting, we're gonna have to delve into that into a separate video because there is just too much on that topic to cover right now. This is just the official update video, which means I'll briefly just go over things and topics that come and go throughout this update, but I'm not gonna be focusing on them too heavily. I'll make individual videos for that, as I said earlier, if I feel like I need to focus on that in particularly. Also, with that, we have some new collection items. Obviously, guys, it's been long awaited. It is finally here. We have perfect armor, and we finally figured out the stats. And that's right, it says tier 1 on it because you could make different tiers of perfect armor to level up its defense with more enchanted diamond blocks, which is absolutely insane because to get a full set of tier 1 perfect armor, you're gonna need 24 enchanted blocks. Now, I crafted 5 double chestfuls of diamond blocks into enchanted diamonds to make perfect armor, and I only came out with 6 diamond blocks, enchanted diamond blocks, which is insane. So that will tell you how much of a grind it is. I'm not sure if it's the best set in the game. It is very tanky and defense heavy, but I'm not sure if the grind for it is quite worth it. And at tier 1, I don't think it's necessarily worth it either. And to get to the later tiers, that's going to take a lot of grinding. Sorry about that, guys. The server just rebooted. It's been a crazy day on Hypixel. I couldn't even get on for a while earlier, as most people couldn't for about like an hour or so. They just only had it open to staff and whatnot. So the servers have been constantly rebooting. But as I was talking about collections, there is a new sword, and it's actually under the Emerald collection called the Emerald Blade. Now, plus 143 damage, and this blade or weapon is actually particularly interesting and definitely unique for its kind. A powerful blade made from pure emerald. This blade becomes stronger as you carry more coins in your purse. As you can see, we only have 815 coins in our purse, so the damage bonus is 13.4. Now, with this weapon, it's definitely not worth it. In the forum post, which I'll link down below in the description, they say it could be one of the most powerful weapons in the game, which is understandable if you're holding millions of coins. So in the forum post, it says the bigger the risk, the higher the reward. So if you have 50 million coins and you're at the coin limit for Skyblock and you pull it all out, I'm sure you would have some absolutely insane damage modifier. But if you die, then you're losing 25 million coins. And obviously that's an extreme example, but if you have that many coins to kill, then I guess sure, go for it. But I don't think it's personally worth it with all the weapons in the game. I wouldn't personally risk that much money just to get a little bit more damage. And also, I don't feel like there's anything in Skyblock that's that hard to kill that you would need that much excessive damage. Maybe with the new end boss, I'm not quite sure. As you saw, the mobs down there are pretty tanky, but I don't think it's all necessarily that worth it. Now, in terms of quality of life updates, there are a few things that they added. For instance, the auction now is a claim all button, so when your auctions end, you can now just click claim all instead of going through them individually. You could finally move your hub portal. Thank you. It's the smallest little thing, but I've been asking for it for so long, because look at this. Look how I had to have my portals because my hub portal couldn't be moved. So now if you talk to Jerry, he will remove your hub portal and you can move it somewhere else. You can also now change your spawn point, which is pretty nifty as well, because we had to build this hub in a certain configuration in comparison to where our spawn point was generated. So that's pretty nice. I do appreciate the quality of life updates. Another quality of life update is the new NPC Rusty. In the last update, they introduced telekinesis, but most players like myself already had a pretty insane pick, so you couldn't add telekinesis onto it. So now if you go to Rusty with your enchanted weapon and you add it onto it, you can add telekinesis to your pickaxe for only 100 coins, so it's pretty cheap, and it's definitely not worth wasting 64 levels on now. Now, to talk about some general changes, there are some big notable changes to mention. One is the Magma Boss. Mainly, the Magma Boss now always spawns at the same exact time on all Blazing Fortresses, which is so much nicer, because although we don't have a countdown timer, if you know that the Magma Boss now spawns at a certain time, you can come to the lobby at a certain time beforehand, because getting to the specific lobby that you were in your last fight was really hard, or depending on how long it took the lobby to kill the Magma Boss, altered the time of when it would spawn. So now that it's at a set time, it's just so much more convenient. I hope with the Ender Dragon boss, although you could summon it, they have some better timing system. But another big change about the Magma Boss is now that the health is buffed from 60,000 to 150,000. That's over double the health. So it's going to be a lot tankier to fight. It's going to be a little bit trickier, so you're definitely going to bring some more arrows and be a little bit more geared up. And they also fixed some issues with the Magma Boss sometimes not spawning, which was really annoying, because sometimes when you're waiting there looking for lava indicators and spending almost like an hour waiting to see when it's going to spawn, and then it just doesn't spawn at all, it's pretty frustrating. So thankfully they went ahead and changed that. They also changed the bank interest is now capped at 300,000 coins. Because some people would get like 1 million coins in interest if they were like really close to the cap. Another kind of not so great thing is now the shop has a limit. Any item can be obtained from minions, and they will now have a daily buy limit of 128 in the shop. You can only buy 2 stacks of something in the shop unless it's like dirt or stone, for example. But everything else, they're saying that you could obtain through minions, so there's no need to abuse buying it through the shop, which I'm not sure if I necessarily agree with that, because people save up their coins to have the simplicity of necessarily being able to buy whatever they want as much as they want. So now that it's kind of limited, it's kind of, but whatever, I suppose. And last but not least, which I think is pretty cool, maybe not the coolest thing in this update, but pretty decent, you can now get a magical water bucket, which will never run out of water no matter how many times it's emptied, which basically means it will be an infinite water source, which I think is pretty cool. But with that being said, guys, I've tried to cover basically everything that's worth mentioning in this official update video. I'm sorry if it was a little bit all over the place. There was a lot to cover in this update because it has been well over 3 weeks overdue, so you're talking about over 3 weeks of content all in one update. Keep your eye out on some individual videos. For instance, I did a video on the perfect armor and the end, and I'll have to do a video on Runecrafting and Carpentry. But I hope you did enjoy this video. Let me know what you guys think of the update, if it was worth the wait, what you like about it, what you don't like about it, so on and so forth. I hope you all have an absolutely amazing day. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to smack that like button, hit subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified of every time I upload. I love your faces. I will see you guys next time, and goodbye.